Congress fights bill, changes silver stacking. Congress is fighting over the Financial Services and General Government Appropriations Act for 2025. And in this video, I'm going to show you how this bill is key to the price of silver. It is key to the future of silver, and it changes silver stacking. Check this out. I want you to know exactly what you're getting into. When Congress is presented with the task of these appropriations acts, it is tedious. The list of amendments and revisions is overwhelming. For this Appropriations Act, the bill is H.R. 8773. Nobody memorizes these numbers. I had to look that up, but it's H.R. 8773. And the revisions with voices of dissent, I'm going to show you the ones that impact the price of silver. The voices of dissent and the submissions to add or subtract parts of the act is a mile long. This is all public knowledge. You can Google HR 8773 and get all this at your fingertips. I did the legwork for you, and I'm going to break this down and explain it. One of the revisions to this bill is from a congressman from Texas, and that congressman has submitted a revision to state that this act prohibits funds toward the development of a central bank digital currency. That revision has been submitted to this bill. Central bank digital currency is a pressing issue for us as silver stackers. If you're enjoying this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It really helps to get this information out there. Central bank digital currency is a form of digital currency. Here, Investopedia explains this best. On Investopedia, they say a central bank digital currency is a form of digital currency issued by a country's central bank. It is similar to cryptocurrencies, except that its value is fixed. So you don't have the fluctuation that you get with cryptocurrency, and the value is fixed by the central bank, and it's equivalent to the country's fiat currency. We already have a paper fiat currency. This would be digital. Investopedia says many countries are developing CBDCs, including the BRICS nations. They're trying to develop their own, and some have been implementing them. Because so many countries are researching ways to transition to digital currencies, it's important to understand what CBDCs are and what they mean to a society. And many people don't realize how pressing this is. This is on Investopedia, and they say issues that are created by CBDCs. If the U.S. this is according to their site, it says if the U.S. financial structure drastically changes, it's unknown how it would affect household expenses, how would it affect investments, banking reserves, interest rates, the financial service sector, the economy. This brings the struggle of our fiat currency to an entirely new level. It's new. It hasn't been done, especially not on the scale that's coming up. They say a switch to CBDC could have an unknown effect on a financial system stability. For example, there may not be enough central bank liquidity to facilitate withdrawals during a financial crisis. This will make it easier than ever to print more currency because it takes place at the touch of a button. That's how fast this could happen. Now, central banks implementing, this is Investopedia's site, they say central banks implement monetary policy to influence inflation. Again, this would all be done instantaneously with CBDC, influencing interest rates, lending, spending, which in turn affects employment rates. Central banks must ensure that they have the tools needed to impact the economy positively, not just playing an economic game, looking at their computer screen and manipulating all this. Now, what comes for us as silver stackers is really twofold when we think of CBDC. And Investopedia mentions this also. Privacy is really pressing because presently, whatever we buy, when we buy silver, when we buy gold, most people use cash. And so it's under the radar. No one really knows. No government agency really knows how much wealth we have because we're dealing with precious metals. But that will be changed if we have a system based on a central bank digital currency, because then every transaction is in the system. There's no more cash. So when you buy silver, you go to the local coin shop, you're going to be buying silver using this digital currency. So you're not slipping under the radar anymore. And they even say that look at the word, check out this word that Investopedia uses. They say privacy is one of the most significant drivers behind digital currency. CBDCs would require an inappropriate amount of intrusion. They actually use that word, intrusion. An inappropriate amount of intrusion by authorities to monitor for financial crimes. Monitoring is also important because it supports efforts to combat money laundering and the financing of terrorism. Digital currencies have been the target of hackers. They say, this is Investopedia, they say it's been a target of hackers and thieves. A central bank issued digital currency would likely attract the same crowd of thieves. Now, again, for us as silver stackers, we deal with cash. We swap our cash, our fiat currency, into this precious metal, like I'm holding here, into silver, if we can afford it, gold, and it's all under the radar. But that will completely change. CBDC will change all of that. So to see that this congressman has included this on this bill that it seems quite mundane, Financial Services and General Government Appropriations Act, he's attached that to this, stating that, look, this must also prohibit funding toward the development of a central bank digital currency. This is very exciting for us as silver stackers.